All right. Welcome back, everyone. Everyone that's probably moving forward all we're ever going to have. But that's not 100%, but it's about 95% likely at this point. So, quick recap. You guys had decided you were going to Verlaine's persuasion to go after her Professor Orb in order to get the knowledge that it contained about her quest to get to this Netherese fallen city that contained magics that she believed and persuaded you to believe that would be enough to break the Frostmaiden's hold over 10 towns and to overturn her enchantment of eternal night. You had discovered through talking with the contacts in Lonelywood that there was a Luskin ship that fit the description that Verlaine had given you of what her fellow Brotherhood member had tried to flee upon, has been crashed and marooned in the sea of moving ice. And you had set out in order to track that down and see if you could find clues as to where this individual might have gone and where they might have taken the Professor Orb. As you were making your way across the tundra, following the direction of your cartographer scout, you camped, but in the middle of the night, you were set upon by a frost druid with 3 awakened trees in tow, who laid upon attacking your mode of transportation. This after seeing the night before Aurel's flight across the sky on the back of her rock as she cast her enchantment of everlasting night. You did battle with the shrubs. I'll be okay. With the trees before they could completely destroy your sleds. Your sleds had taken some serious damage, though. But you were able to fight them off and drive away the frost druid out into the night. Not before triggering the curse that Kaz's axe had placed upon him and sending him into a berserker rage. He attacked some of your own party. And it took a clever use of hypnotic pattern to subdue him and to break the berserker's rage that he was in and under the influence of. Your cleric then performed a prayer of breaking away him and breaking the attunement with his axe and allowing him to step away from that curse if he should choose to do so. Unfortunately, you were only able to get one of the huts up for the evening. The rest of you decided to bed down out in the frozen tundra, trying to utilize the sleds as some of protection for yourselves.
We have tents.
Yeah. True. Very true. So you do so, and some of you are sleeping warm and cozy, and the rest of you are sleeping rough, unable to enter into either one of the tiny huts that had been sprung up. And I believe that is where we left things and where we will pick it up. For the sake of gameplay. You guys go through and receive the benefit of a long rest. So, you get half your hit points back and can use hit dice to burn if you would so choose in order to bring yourself back up to full strength. Just make sure you mark those off as having been used. Half of 48 is what, 24? So she would have to use...
What? With a long rest, you don't have to burn hit dice, though.
House rule, you don't get all your hit points back after a long rest.
Oh, okay.
You only get half, and then you have to use hit dice to get them back further. 8 hours of sleep should not heal you 78 points of hit points of damage. We've been running that for over a year.
I don't remember that. Okay. Is that like... What was the one that hit me?
Yeah.
Let's see.
Now, if you take another long rest, though, then you get another half of your total hit points back. So
He's just trying to remember what his hit points were at because he had already bumped him up.
I'm sure you weren't below half, John.
No, not at all.
No, so then it doesn't matter.
Oh, okay. Oh, that was like half of the hit points lost.
No. Half your maximum.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
That makes sense then.
Like on Ashala, it did make a difference, right? Because she was down to like 19. She only gets 24 back. So then if she wanted to get all the way up, then she would have to go. I had to roll hit dice to get her all the way back up.
Okay.
I healed somebody.
You healed Filbert.
Yeah.
You healed him of his friendly fire.
When I get up, I'm also going to start working on the sled again.
Okay.
Kaz, do you want to help with that?
Yeah.
We've got some rope.
Does the wizard have mending?
I'm looking what he's got actually right now. He does not. His cantrips are Firebolt, Mage Hand, and Create Bonfire.
Well, we have select repair and woodworking tools in our inventory.
He's a wizard,
Uh-huh.
and he only has 3 cantrips.
That's what's on his thing.
Oh, what a pain in the tush! It's got to be more than that. I could be wrong though. I never played a wizard.
I would have thought he should have had more too, to be honest with you.
I think it's only get 3, but you can change them out. Is the thing.
No, cantrips are always.
Yeah.
Well,
Just that.
that's the new expanded rules that you have.
Yeah, you can.
That I think it's at level 4, 8. You can swap cantrips.
Yep. At every ASI, you can swap cantrips.
Yeah.
Oh yeah.
So we do have sled repair and woodworking tools and spare sled runners.
Does anyone have proficiency with carpentry or those types of tools?
I have smithing tools. I don't know if that's close enough.
I would say that would help with some of the damage to the runners and repairing the runners. So why don't you go ahead and roll a Smith Tools roll, and since Thea's helping you, you can do so at advantage.
A wizard should have 4 cantrips at level 6.
Yeah, well.
So he has mending now. I'm just kidding.
Nah, he's lacking.
You rolled a nat 1.
I'm glad. Well, but there was also.
That's all right. He did. All right, so roll for me.
It was at advantage. It was at advantage, so I got 20.
Yeah, 24. No, that's great. Roll 3d6 for me.
Hey, Meg, I'm getting some feedback from your mic whenever John talks.
Whenever John talks. All right, hang on a second. If they're connected, then why are they not showing up as a possible speaker? There we go. All right, can everybody give me a sound check real quick?
Can you check yourself before you wreck yourself? Hello?
Yeah, hang on. How do I get everything to go over to the headphones and not have it all split up on different?
So John rolled 11.
Okay. So on one of you guys spend an hour and you make some repairs. It's not back up to pristine kind of functionality, but it definitely it'll run. It might have a bit more drag. It might not be as streamlined. It might take you a little bit longer with your current situation. Hang on, I've got to turn this way down. Sirenscape was way too loud when I've got it on headphones. Okay. Oh, I just closed out Sirenscape. Fuck.
No.
Get out. Close.
Well, the minimized thing is very close to the closed thing. So.
Tis true.
Anyway. Okay. I've got 47 windows open. Villain has her kobolds working on it as well, on her sled. And they have been working on it throughout the night since they're zombies. But they do so at disadvantage because they are said zombies. -1. They actually did more damage on that hour.
Ethan's goes here. I
Oh, wow.
And they did some more. Yeah, so it is literally the scene from Star Wars with the little droid bots things beating each other over the head. So they did 2 hours. They actually did some repair. And then 2 hours they did damage. So they did 11 points of total of repairs.
They repaired it like Three Stooges repaired.
Yeah.
It totally was.
This is the Three Stooges repairing a sled.
When Villain comes out, does she have mending? Chill touch, light, mage hand, message, and prestidigitation. Completely useless. All right.
Clean it up.
They're gonna need to do at least a little bit more. But she's gonna now direct, so it's no longer at disadvantage. So it'll just be straight rolls. And there you go. 1 more hour that she spends out there. And you look over and she's doing helping with repairs on her sled. Do you guys continue on to do another hour's worth of?
Yeah.
This one's not with tools, so you wouldn't have your proficiency. So just roll a straight D20 at advantage. Because the sled, you fixed the runners as much as you can. Now it's kind of just more repairing the body and whatnot.
So just like a strength check then.
Just roll 2 D20s.
2 D20s. Okay.
Yeah.
I mean,
And-
we do have the stuff to repair it, though.
Well, you wouldn't be able to do this at all if you didn't have the stuff to repair it.
This is
Yeah.
true.
Okay, so roll 3D8, 3D6 rather.
Oops. That's not the D.
Nice.
18.
Stick. The mark of the beast.
All right, I need to turn you all down.
Oh, sorry.
We're just excited for the moment.
It's totally fine, dude. It's totally fine. I just now that you're on my ears, I gotta turn you down. I got you cranked up way too loud. Much better. Okay. So-
Satanic sled.
Well, it is the Doom sled. It is made of bone, for God's sakes. All right, so after you guys kind of rouse and whatnot, it takes you about 2 hours of repairing to try to get these sleds back together. Because you have the tools with you and some additional supplies, the Doom sled was the one that had taken the brunt of the damage. But with 2 hours worth of work, you're able to repair mostly everything. It's certainly not cosmetically as pretty as it could be, but functionally, you've got it structurally working, and you're pretty confident that it will do the job on the ice now.
Cool. Well, that was interesting. Hope y'all got some nice sleep in your cozy bubbles while we're out here in the cold fixing the sled.
Oh, yes, indeed we did. Thank you for asking.
Oh, I was talking to those ones.
Oh,
With
very well.
Vera and Filbert.
Oh, Filbert was
Filbert was outside.
Oh, that's right. That's right.
He got stuck outside with us.
That's right. Never mind, Filbert.
You're so loud. Be quiet. We're sleeping in here.
Oh no, your thing has been down for some time.
Because how long would it have been down?
Oh yeah, that's right. Yours was probably still be up because that happened in the middle of the night. Yeah, so the one with Villain and Brendan and the kobolds went down. Yours is actually, you're right, it's still up. While they were doing all the repairs outside, what were you guys doing? Sleeping?
Yeah.
Through all the banging and.
I'm so used to you guys. You guys are so loud.
David, I don't know if you've said anything, but you are muted.
Yeah, I've been eating pretzels.
Nice. I am jealous.
If you had tried to say anything or anything else.
See how it is? Filbert's just sitting there eating pretzels while we're fixing the sled.
You're doing a great job.
He's supervising, obviously.
Yeah. Alright, well, we should probably feed the dogs and get moving.
Dags.
Oh, we're leaving? Hold on a second.
I would say that while you guys were doing the repairs, Filbert, though, didn't feel obliged to help you. Filbert, would you have been taking care of the dogs and doing that kind of stuff while you were, since you were kind of cozied up sleeping with them?
Yep.
Okay.
Yeah.
All right. Lay it on me, Winzero. What's the damage?
Another giant rat,
Okay.
panther,
Ooh.
and the giant elk is back.
Oh, yeah.
All right. Round and round. Okay.
I'll be riding my giant elk. I'm still grumpy.
You got plenty of sleep. Look at this beautiful day dawning.
The light is starting to get to that almost near twilight kind of, as close as you ever get now to actual light.
I think you need to get your eyes checked.
Oh, I can feel and smell the dawn coming.
The dawn has come quite a while ago.
Then
Actually.
passed.
Winzier, do you want Ashallo to ride with you on the giant elk, or is it just you?
I'm still cool with the Shala. And if Filbert wants to come, but he has his own axe speak, so.
Yeah. Okay. I'm just setting up some things. It's annoying that And a panther, huh?
Yeah.
That you get excited about that.
Yeah.
It's kind of a near fetish excitement.
It's so great.
Okay, cool. So, talk to me, Goose. What are we doing?
Headed towards the place where we were going?
Yep. Onward. Filbert, lay our path.
Yeah, so
Just give
knowing
me
roughly where we are, I would probably be trying to go mostly west, but a little bit north until we hit the coast of the sea.
Okay. I would say go ahead and give me a single survival check with advantage because you have your map and you have bearings with the stars. It is actually it is a clear night, so you do have stars. Yeah.
24.
So you guys travel for the full 8 hours, and you guys get as far as you make a mile and a half an hour for 8 hours, puts you roughly there.
Cool. I'm guessing we could actually see the sea at that point.
It is dark. You can certainly more hear it than you can see it. You hear the sloshing of what sounds like water at points. You hear the crash and the crunch of large pieces of ice kind of banging into each other and then grinding.
Like just moving around.
Exactly.
Yeah, well, Verlaine. Oh, she didn't. It was the other woman that told us where we had to go. So I guess we have to be on the lookout for some sort of landmark.
Ship that's crashed. Which means there could be pirates. So we should be on our guard. We're trying to find her frenemy here, who was aboard the pirate ship.
Arg.
I don't think we're going to get a warm welcome or anything.
Would they still be on the ship, even though it's been crashed for a while?
They could have lookouts around the shore. Guard the cargo until they come back. I doubt they would just leave it.
Maybe they're stupid.
This is true. They could be.
I'm also screaming this from on top of the giant elk. I just don't want to scream in anybody's ear.
I'll tell you, Naz Lantmere, she was a resourceful, if dishonest woman. I wouldn't be surprised if she survived.
So should we rest up for the night and start looking fresh in the morning when we're rested?
Sounds
Yes.
like a good idea.
Sounds good.
Definitely propose we keep watch.
Kaz isn't allowed in the dome. He's still in timeout.
Okay.
It's not his fault. It was the weapon's fault.
Fake news.
I've known all along he didn't like Filbert.
What are you talking about? I totally didn't. Filbert's a cool guy.
Is that why you tried to murder him?
Yeah.
I was out of my mind with a curse.
Yeah, whose fault was that?
I had no way of telling it was cursed. Why didn't the mage tell you?
Why didn't you ask?
I'm pretty sure you're the one that identified the axe for me to begin with. Why didn't you tell me it had a curse?
You didn't ask.
Well, no, I'm pretty sure Winzira is the one that identified it.
Oh, right. Yeah.
Do you not know how identify works?
No, I don't. I don't cast magic.
You should learn.
That says the guy with ruins that make him grow large, or nerfs all my bad guys, or puts them in stupor and lets everybody just kill them.
Those are giant runes. Those aren't spells.
Yeah, that's not magic at all. You're absolutely right. What am I thinking? All right, so we're setting up camp then again, same as last night. The two domes pop up. Who's in and who's out? Is Kaz? You guys not letting Kaz in?
I'm not letting Kaz in tonight.
Okay.
He can sleep with the zombies.
Do you want to?
Maybe ask Elaine if you can sleep with her.
Yeah.
Roll persuasion. Unless you want to role play out your begging to Verlaine, just roll straight up persuasion.
I'm not gonna beg. I'm gonna ask. Well, that shouldn't have been an advantage. Yeah. No.
Oh, I'm so sorry. The Goliath aroma just kind of makes my kobolds very, very scared. I don't know that we can do that.
Alrighty then.
Let me see one thing. Hang on. Just to fucking. Does he have it? He does not. Never mind.
You know what, Kaz? Everybody's being big poopy heads. I'll sleep out in a tent with you. There is no reason for this. And
Are
I
you-
think it's very cruel.
Ooh la la.
Are you
I
going?
knew it.
Are you?
Listen.
I knew it.
Word.
Ashala reaches into her pouch and pulls out a gold piece and hands it over to Winzira.
Yes.
She goes, "Damn it!"
I appreciate the gesture, but you don't have to.
Just try to keep it down, all right?
I want to sleep with them anyway, big meanie. How dare you besmirch my honor? acting honorable. He
I'm
can't
pretty.
be blamed for his actions when he was under a spell.
I 100% can.
Okay.
Have a good night, guys.
Oh, perfect.
Well, I guess I'll take first watch.
Okay.
Because she's pretty annoyed. So she can't sleep anyway.
Sounds good.
I'm not taking a watch.
Okay.
Is anybody taking watch in the tents?
The bubbles.
I'll say that Brendan would be awake and taking a kind of a watch in the second half of the evening, since he only needs 4 hours with his meditation.
I'll take second.
I'll take third.
Okay. Go ahead and give us a perception roll. Who's that the first? Thea. Um. So you kind of, as you don't, the wind starts to pick up as you're, and it starts to kind of blowing the snow around. You're outside in it, so it's a little bit more, shall we say, noticeable, and you're much more aware of it as the wind really starts to pick up and it starts rattling the canvas of the tent. And you're kind of perched kind of in the doorway of this tent, the cold not really bothering you like it does to normal people, and you're taking advantage of it. And you kind of hear at some point over the wind, you hear a bit of like a kind of a creaking and almost like a flapping noise, and it's very brief. You're not 100% sure, if it wasn't a trick of the wind and the rustling of the canvas of the tent, but it seemed to have been coming from above you.
I will be extra alert, as now my hackles are raised.
Okay. Paying attention, you don't really seem to see any kind of more. You strain to try to hear the repeat of it, but in the few hours that you're on watch, you don't hear anything further. Nor do you see anything. Your visibility is very dim, very short rather. It is dark. And give me a disadvantaged perception. But you're still, pretty keen-eyed. So you feel pretty confident that there's nothing nothing approaches at least within the 30 feet or so that you can see from the light cast by your amulet as you sit there. And nothing else of interest happens throughout the night? Through your watch, I should say.
I will stand outside the bubble and go, "It's your turn."
I may or may not be awake.
Well, you need to kind of at least tell me if you are or you aren't.
Hold on. I didn't hear. I'm still sleeping.
Okay.
I'm gonna again say, "It's your turn." Winzira, Filbert, one of you guys, get up.
Well, you can't see in, so you don't know if they actually hear you, as it's opaque from your side of the bubble. But you call in, and with that, you kind of head on off.
Well, I mean, I would wait until I see them coming out, which is why I was just assuming I would.
Well, not in the bubble. They don't ever leave the bubble to take watch.
Right. That's right.
Yeah.
Yeah, no, I would just, probably just do that.
And probably in a
Never
little,
allowed to leave.
in a little bit of a tiss.
Yep.
All right. So as you bed down, after about an hour or so of no one on watch, Brendan snaps out of his meditation and begins his watch with his 4 perception. His crit fail on his visual perception, but he doesn't hear anything throughout the night other than the wind and the snow blowing about on the other side of the protective dome. Without anyone to wake you, Filbert, do you wake on your own, or do you just sleep through?
Let's see. Do odds I wake up, evens I sleep. Evens I sleep.
Sleep it is. So as the bubble, I should say, I don't know why I keep calling it the bubble. As Winzira's tiny hut snaps out at the end of 8 hours, with all of you completely zonked out and fast asleep, having slept through it, suddenly the icy wind rushes in and bites at you. Ashal lets out a pained scream as she sinks underneath further into all of the blankets she's in. And you realize that 8 hours have passed. The other tent, they had roused prior to that, being woken by Brendan, and they were in the process of packing up as their tent, as their tiny hut spell snapped out of existence. You guys in your tent are awoken to the shrill scream of a Yanti half-blood who hates the cold and was awoken by blasting snow and wind in her scaly face.
Kill it! Kill it! I mean, oh. Morning!
That's
Night?
Yeah, it was super quiet on my watch. Not like yesterday.
roll deception, Winzira.
KK.
So that's against Thea, who's got the highest passive perception of on all of you.
Oh,
Or
really?
actually, it's your passive investigation would be really though what it would be, not perception.
Passive insight?
Insight?
Yeah, passive insight.
Yeah,
So
which is
10.
pretty high.
10
Yeah.
plus.
10 plus
15.
10 plus whatever your plus is for insight.
So that's
So you have a passive 17 insight. you're literally like every school principal I ever had growing up.
Oh, really? It was very quiet on your watch, huh? You seem
Yeah.
extremely well rested, Winzira.
Yeah,
How
because the bubble's all nice and warm, you know?
how was your watch, Filbert?
I don't know. No one woke me up.
I see. So not only did you not let Kaz stay in the hut, you also didn't wake anybody up on the watch. Excellent. Well, I'm gonna go check the sled to see if anything was stolen. Thank goodness we weren't killed in the night.
Yeah, too bad. I mean,
Too bad.
What is going on with you, Winzira?
Do you not want me here?
I just don't like the cold. I'm cranky. Are we there yet?
No appreciation around here. Just fucking do everything.
Well, why didn't anybody wake her up?
I did try to wake her up. I called out her name several times. I can't see if you're awake in there. Nor would I be able to hear you.
I
You
don't
could
know.
hear her.
Did any of you guys hear her say my name?
Nope.
I was buried under blankets.
I've already stormed off at this point, and am taking care of shit. Thea is
Frying it up in a pan?
royally fucking pissed off right now.
I can't picture that.
She seems to talk less when she's mad.
Oh no, she's grumbling the whole way back to the fucking sled.
But it's away from
Okay.
us. Wow. Guys, we get all the badgers today. We got a regular sized badger and 2 giant badgers.
All right, let me go and get rid of these. And now it's to the badgers.
It's the Badger Brigade!
All right, so you got 2 giant badgers.
Yeah.
And 1 little badger. All right. Gotcha. Cool.
Oh, random. Did we get any... Did you tell us the XP we got from killing the trees?
No. Well, I'll add it up later tonight.
Okay.
I did not do that. Trees. Okay. I will definitely do that before I let you go tonight. All right, so as you begin to kind of get moving about and spend a little time packing up all your things, it's still probably roughly, an hour or 2 before the light starts to generate. you're probably, you can't quite see Filbert. Even with your, you're still far enough away from the edge of the, hang on a sec. I'm on the wrong place. Let me see if I can do it here. I mean, you're still a good half a mile. So it will take you a little bit of time to get there.
All right. Then, say we travel for half an hour.
All right. So once you get everything kind of packed up and you start moving out along, mushing the dogs, both live and zombified, you start to come to a ragged edge, and you can see large chunks of ice broken occasionally by sections of blackness, that as you start to kind of move, you can see that it's shifting and moving, and some of these giant pieces of ice are actually slamming into each other and moving slowly, where there's some of them the size of like football stadiums, others smaller, but many larger than what you would normally associate with like a large room or even the ramshackle. So there are times and ways that you can see that you could move out onto this sea of moving ice. But you also see other places where there are large openings where waves and water occasionally splash up on some of them. As you kind of proceed along the coast a little bit, that dim light starts to break, and you can kind of see towards sort of back the direction that you're coming, the sky brightening up just a little bit, giving you some more of the definition out on the ice. Why don't everybody roll a perception for me at this point, and we'll see what you see. Yeah, those of you without dark vision, roll at disadvantage.
Oh.
Sorry.
14.
Huh. Does she have dark vision? I don't think she does, right?
Yonti?
Yeah.
I actually don't remember if they do or not.
She does, actually. 60 feet. Okay. All right. So, as you guys approach, or as you're moving along, the sea of moving ice, stretches out and out before you. It's basically a featureless, almost like a frozen desert as the light kind of starts to pick up a little bit. But ahead, this smooth surface with just even that little bit of light, any one of you who got higher than a 12 makes out this kind of a dark smudge. And some of you can see that it's actually a kind of a towering ship. Its exterior, covered in frost, lies out probably 300 yards or so out on the ice.
Where?
There. It's out on the ice. Have to brave some floating ice masses. I don't know. Can't bring the dogs.
No, yeah, we like the dogs. Brandon can fly.
Can one of you cast a hut for the dogs to stay in while we're gone? At least give them 8 hours to
Well, they would have to stay.
be safe.
I don't think they'd stay.
Well, no.
No, whoever cast it would have to stay.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's right. Never mind.
We could put up a tent.
The tent will hold like 2 dogs.
No. Your tent's pretty good size, man.
Okay.
Yeah, because you can fit like five of you guys and all of your gear in one tent. So I mean, the tent could probably, yeah, because the dogs are all gonna pile on each other anyway.
Yeah. Let's do that, and then let's try to get a better view of these ice flows. See if there's some kind of discernible pathway to this ship.
It's an excellent idea.
Who are you, and what did you do with Filbert?
Well, she's talking about finding a clear path, so I mean that's an excellent idea.
Yes, I'm sorry. I don't know why. I didn't mean to say that out loud. Excuse me.
Brandon, you can fly and tell us the best way, right?
I possibly could. Yes, actually. That's a capital idea.
I know, right? I'm getting them more and more.
Can somebody cast Dispel Magic when he's up over the water?
Funny. That would be not so kind of you.
Oh, did I say that out loud?
I see what you did there. Yes, capital. Quite humorous. All right. All right, so up to 10 minutes. So Brendan makes an incantation. He pulls out a feather and starts to make gestures with his hand. And as he does so, his feet start to lift off of the ground, and he starts to glide upwards.
Brandon, hold on. Don't fuck this up, okay? And I use inspiration.
Yes, I feel very inspired by that. And he kind of proceeds out. It takes him 6 minutes or so of kind of moving out and surveying, and to return to you. And he remains kind of floating above the ground, about 10 feet above, and he points and he says, well, they're around this area right here. If you proceed out, it actually looks pretty solid in and around the ship itself. Quite solid. Just avoid this big open area of water here and don't go too far to the right over there. Follow the track between those two, and then it opens out into whatever appears to have latched onto the ship. I'll guide you for a few minutes. And he kind of starts to fly over, and he's kind of motioning to this kind of strip that heads out into the ice.
My badgers will precede me.
Not giving a fuck.
Nope.
Oh wait, no, they're not honey badgers. Excuse me.
They could be.
Roll for it. Alas, they are not.
They have fucks to give.
Yeah, because then they wouldn't listen. If they were actually honey badgers, then it would have been a roll every time Windsor told them to do something. If they actually did it or they just didn't give a fuck.
Alright, so I say the little ones first. See if, seeing as how they're more nimble.
Okay.
I'll kind of follow behind them, like jumping stones, I guess.
All right.
It's more of a causeway,
Okay.
really, than it is kind of going from stone to stone on floating. It's kind of, a narrower strip with bodies of water on either side that you can see that it's kind of rammed underneath this larger kind of plane. And as you approach, you can see you can clearly the more you go down this kind of causeway, it's not on a direct line to the ship. So, the flying thing was actually pretty helpful because of several different places that you could have stepped on. This one didn't look like it was going in the right direction at all. However, as you proceed down it probably a couple hundred yards, going sort of away from where you can see the ship, it kind of steps out on this, you can kind of scamper up about 5 feet onto this higher level where the ship seems to be. You can see that now that you're on this level, that the hull and rigging and the mast of the ship are all covered in this layer of ice. It looks like from what you would, kind of think would be like the water line, but now it's solid ice. All up to the main deck, it looks like it's about a 10-foot or so climb up to get onto the ship. It is pretty clear, though, that the whole sides of the ship are all ice encrusted. And you're probably a good 300 yards away from it across the open ice right now.
Onwards.
Can I take a look around and see if there's any movement on the ship? Or are we still too far away?
I mean, you're 300 yards away. You're in dim light now, because now we are in that, after 10 o'clock type of time frame. So it's getting a little bit brighter even as you're been moving out there. So you can certainly see, but it's like, 3 football fields away. But go ahead and give a perception. Yeah. I mean, you take a moment and you study the ship. There's buffets of wind that are occasionally blowing up, little clouds of very dry ice or old snow that are moving across the ice that you're standing on right now. And in your past experience with ships, that kind of wind would be moving the rigging, right? Things would be moving on a ship in a wind like that. You can see that the ropes everything, nothing is moving at all. That's what strikes you out. You're specifically looking for movement to see if anything is moving on the ship. You don't see anything, anything crawling around on it or whatnot. But you also, in the process, notice that, the rigging and whatnot seems to be just frozen in place, and it's not moving at all either.
Okay, that's probably to be expected. I guess we just keep moving closer.
Okay. How close? You gonna walk right up? Are we moving right up to it?
I guess we'll get like maybe 50 yards from it
Okay.
and give another look.
Yeah, I mean, as you're getting closer, you're keeping that same kind of lookout on it. You don't see still no movements whatsoever from 50 yards out. You can definitely see that the sides, the wooden sides of the ship are pretty ice crusted. And you can even see the glittering of the ices formed on the sides of it. It's definitely looked like it's going to be a bit of a difficult climb to try to get up over that slick ice up 10 feet.
Okay. Shall we continue?
We must.
All right.
We're 50 feet away, right?
50 yards.
Yards, so that's
150 feet.
150. Yeah. Okay. I'm actually, as we gonna cast detect magic as we get up to the ship.
Well, at what point? Right when you get up to the side of it, or?
No, like at 150 and just keep going.
Okay.
10 minutes will get me.
Okay. Yeah. So when Zero pulls out her lute and starts singing a little song, how do you do it? When Zero, is it loud, or you sing it to yourself?
I'm just humming to myself.
Hey, stupid lute, give me the sight beyond sight.
I don't want to fall into the ice.
All right. So, you guys continue to approach. As you're walking up, Windsor, you don't see anything on the hull that seems to be glowing. You do look down at some of your things and at some of the other things in the group. They're certainly glowing. Does anyone have weapons out right now?
Yeah, my bow would be out.
Yeah, so you can see, the bright glow from surrounding Filbert's bow. So you know that the spell is working. But you don't see anything on the ship that gives you any indication that anything's magical that you can see right now. But that spell is up and running for the next 10 minutes, yeah?
Yep.
All right.
When you look at no, we're gonna for a couple of rings.
I will say that Brendan knows exactly when his spell is about to end because he does have a 20 intelligence, so I will give him that. But as he comes down on the ice, all right. It's not the gracefulest of landings for someone of elvish blood, but he does manage to not fall on his ass as he lands lightly down next to you, Kaz. All right. As you start to get closer and closer, making your way very carefully, you're kind of rewarded for your cautious approach. Up front, Filbert, you hear a loud thumping and creaking. At first, it doesn't sound incredibly loud, but as you start to approach a little bit, and the wind, there's a moment of where the wind kind of dies down just a little bit. You can hear louder now, thumping and creaking coming from the side of the hold. But what stands out to you probably more is that a large guttural snarl of some kind of creature can also be heard now coming from the ship. It doesn't appear that the ship is as abandoned as it appeared.
All right.
You're still about
how far away are we at this point?
You're about 15 feet when you notice that. Now, it does not sound as if that it's coming from the deck. Give me a perception just to see how much you get of a sense of where it's coming from. Yeah. So, like, it's muffled enough that it sounds like it's coming from inside the ship. And it's carrying to you. The thumping and the banging that you hear is now, you can still continue to hear that, but it's only occasionally that you can hear kind of a snarling, kind of a growl, kind of being, and only really when the wind kind of breaks from where you are now.
I will let the group know that there is something on the inside.
Sword. Shield. Mace. Whatever. Shut up. My weapon. A table.
Do we want to proceed onto the boat?
Well, yeah. We need what's on there.
Don't forget the rum.
Good job, Windsor.
Yeah, that's really the only reason why I remember we're supposed to be here.
So what are we doing?
We're getting on the boat.
Okay.
Oh.
So as you approach, you see that the side of the boat is 10 feet above you, and the entire hull is covered in ice.
Fantastic.
So, how are you getting on the boat? That's the question.
Okay. Well, I have a rope. I have ropes.
Okay, you have a rope.
Yep.
And what are you doing with the rope?
Let's see.
Oh, we didn't get that rope from the other, the. Was he a gnome?
He was a gnome.
Man, that rope would have come in handy right now.
Well, I'm gonna have a grappling hook. So I've got 2 50-foot ropes. So, and I've got a hammer and a nail, but I'm gonna fashion a grappling hook rope.
So you have a grappling hook?
It's in the party loot.
Okay. Very cool. Go ahead and give me a just a roll a d20 and add your dex modifier.
Click on dexterity and it'll do the exact same thing. No, not there. But to the left. Yeah, just click there.
18.
All right. Looking like you have been doing this since you were a little girl, you step up and you begin to swing until everyone can actually hear the whistling sound of a grappling hook being twirled about on the end of a rope. And your toss sails up over the top of the deck with a clatter, lands on the deck, and you're able to pull it and lodge it in place. And giving a good tug, you find you now have a rope attached to you with the railing of the ship. That was pretty good, there.
Do it again. Do it again.
Well, I only got one, so go on. I'll come behind you.
All right, Filbert, you can go first, just in case you fall.
All right.
Give me an athletics check for anyone who's going up. I would say with just the rope on ice, I need either. Yeah, it's an athletics check at disadvantage.
By Boots of the Winterlands.
Yours is
negates
just. It does.
difficult terrain.
That would
do a straight roll?
Absolutely. No. That would your boots seem to not slip at all on the ice as you put your feet against it.
Doesn't matter.
Although you're able to get good purchase on it, you get about a third of the way up and your arms start to shake and you get tired and you slide down. Damn, man. And the DC wasn't even high.
Yeah, I just can't. I can do anything else except climb.
Up against the boat.
I also have a hammer and pitons.
Okay,
But it's ice, isn't it? It's the whole ice flow is frozen along the side of the boat, right?
It is.
But wouldn't it make noise for whatever they're hearing?
The grappling hook made plenty of noise.
The grappling hook did not make a ton of noise, actually.
Hammering pitons in.
Yeah. Fuck it. I'll just try to climb up. So you said disadvantage?
Unless you have some way of negating over icy terrain. I don't think you do. Yeah.
5.
5 is the DC. I told you it wasn't that high. But it's just funny that Filbert couldn't get up over the thing. So with some effort, a lot of grunting and groaning, you are able to kind of swing yourself up over the railing and kind of making, with a lot of effort, haul yourself in your armor and whatnot up over the lip of the railing.
I'm gonna stand up and go, it wasn't that hard. As I'm like, fixing my armor.
Filbert, you got this. You can beat this beast. You're an amazing climber. I'll give you bardic inspiration.
I wanted her to go.
Thanks, Winzira.
No problem. Just follow after me.
Okay.
All right, Windsor is able to get up. Unfortunately, your 2 giant badgers are unable to climb.
Yeah, they can only burrow.
Yeah. So they are unable to follow you up the rope. I would say though, if you were trying to take the badger itself, you could carry the badger up. Since he's only 5.
Tiny.
He's tiny.
I'll take the little one up. Since it's even smaller than me.
Okay. So Thea has made it. I don't know why your guy is so small. Who's staticky? You guys hear the static?
Yes. But no one is.
I don't hear any static.
Now it's gone.
It stopped.
Very strange.
It's aliens.
Whoa. It's the IT ghost.
So Winzir, you've made it up, and your little tiny badger has made it up.
I'm just leaning up against the boat with my arms crossed.
You're not gonna get on the boat?
I'm waiting for everybody else to go up.
Just... How tall are you?
7 feet tall.
Like,
Like 10 feet. I could probably.
Ashala makes it up without much difficulty. Say Verlaine goes up next. Looks graceful doing it. Let's see. The kobolds, how much noise do they make? Ooh. So one falls. Takes 6 points of falling damage.
I was gonna say, I was like, I'm kind of leaning there against the boat, waiting to try to make sure anybody wasn't gonna fall, and try to catch anybody who does.
Make a. What's the appropriate thing to make there? Roll just a straight dex check for me. Okay. I'll say you grab him out of the air.
And then what I'll do, you said it's what, 10 feet up?
Yes.
I will just go like this and hold him up, and he should pretty much be able to reach the ledge.
Pretty much. Brendan kind of looks at you and goes, couldn't you have done that to begin with?
I'm kind of tired. I didn't sleep very well.
Very droll. As he, with difficulty, kind of scrambles up, making a couple little girlish kind of like eek, as he almost falls a couple times, but makes it up onto the deck.
Hey, Winzira, how heavy are your badgers?
Medium.
Come here.
I tell him one at a time to go up to Kaz and not bite him.
I'll pick him up and hold him up to the edge of the boat.
I'm gonna have to, like, basketball toss them.
Really? I mean, somebody could just grab them.
Roll a animal handling. Literally.
Wow.
Somehow he gets them and he cradles them just right, and he kind of hoists them up and kind of just tosses them just over the edge. With Windzeer's direction, they suffer it and allow him to toss them up on the ship.
Wow, good job. You didn't murder these this time.
Yeah, I'm not under a curse.
Yet.
I don't know, I'm watching you.
And
All right. So Kaz kind of just goes up and kind of does a pull up, hooks a leg.
Like getting it out of a pool.
So the wooden boards on the main deck are cracked from the frost. You see a large hole in the deck exposing a part of the hole to the sky. The planks around the hole are marred with deep grooves as if heavy claws had dug into them. So you can see stairs heading down. It's like a, the bow and the stern are raised. The middle of the ship is slightly lower. Looking over this railing edge is where you can see there's a hole.
Yeah, I can't see that. Looks like.
Hang on.
Yeah, it's acting like it's a wall instead of a balcony. Yeah, there we go.
Well,
Now you can see it.
it's the limitations. So we'll say that as you guys approach, you can kind of see over the edge.
Yeah. Well, something took a snack out of this. I wonder if it's Fudgy's cousin.
Or maybe it's Fudgy.
There he is. Getting fish. Nobody's messing with him.
isn't he in a lake?
Yeah.
I don't remember if he could climb out of the lake. I don't remember him very well. It's been so long.
You want me to take a closer look?
I suggest just check it out.
You continually, now that you're up on the deck, you are definitely hearing loud banging and bang, boom, boom from below, with the occasional kind of loud roar.
I would like to start moving stealthily forward
Okay.
towards the stairs and make my way down these stairs here.
Go ahead and roll your stealth. Okay.
15.
Okay. Heading back down, as you move to those stairs, you see ahead of you there's a partially smashed and frozen to the deck dinghy or longboat. You see the capstan still intact. You can see where the hold should have been, but large, rough hole has been kind of broken through. And you can see additional claw marks.
Cool. I will continue downwards.
Ashala, actually, having been on this side of the ship, points out to you guys, look at this. And she points to part of the railing on the far side of the ship over here, where the railing is actually broken and slightly bowed in, as if an immense weight had been resting on top of it. And you can see where the rigging had been broken beyond that, on that side. Uh-oh, did my Discord crash?
What was it?
Hang
It's
on.
not our game master.
That was really weird. My Discord just kind of crashed. Don't know if you totally lost me there or not.
You were kind of breaking up a little bit. Yeah, we did.
Better?
Yep.
Yep.
Something pushed all this down over here.
All right, so did you, you heard that, what I said about that, or do I need to kind of repeat it?
Nope, we heard you.
Cool.
Something pushed it down. It looked like it was something big and pushed it down.
Yeah, and you guys can clearly, I'm assuming you guys can see the the gouges in the deck on the map.
Yep.
Filbert.
Like something big. You know of anything that can make claw marks like this?
Yeah, a lot of things.
You can see that there's an aft castle as well on the far side of the ship, Filbert.
Okay.
You can't quite see anything up there from where you are. You can kind of make out what looks to be like the ship's wheel. Seems to be located back up on the aft deck.
Okay.
That loud banging
try
and
to-
roaring is definitely coming from below, down below.
I try to stealthily take a peek down there.
You can, and you also see there is stairs heading down
Gotcha.
there. Go ahead and give a perception check, if you would. So you move down below, down the stairs, yeah?
Yeah.
Okay. That puts you on another. So as you move down there, you notice a couple things. You notice there's a doorway right there.
Okay.
You also see from your vantage point now that there is indeed another doorway on the far side below, going into underneath the aft castle. Down below, you hear more. When you look down, you hear more of the banging, and there's some an occasional roaring going on below, but you can't make out anything movement wise from the angle that you're looking at. You don't see what's making that noise. You do think you though see something kind of glittering. It's hard. The light is very flat, but you seem to think that you see a glittering of something metallic in kind of below this back corner over here. I'm sorry, over here. As you look down.
Okay. Underneath, but in the back corner.
Yeah. Yeah, from what you
Okay.
can see. But it is dark down there. Even with your dark vision, it's still pretty dim down there. The light isn't really penetrating in. So, if you're trying to, give me another perception. That one should have been at disadvantage looking down there. So let's see with the 22 versus 25. All right. So yeah, with your 22, like I said, you did. You get a little glint of something down there, but you can't make out what it is. You kind of thought you saw some movement this way. And certainly the roaring seems to be coming mostly from that side.
All right. I'll whisper up to whoever's closest over there for people to come down quietly.
Okay. Somewhat bravely, you see Yashala kind of go down. Verlaine kind of steps down, and her kobolds come with her. I need everybody, if they're stealthing, to roll a stealth check, please.
Don't I have to roll it? Doesn't matter. Yeah. Here we go.
I can't move my badgers.
Right. Try it now, Winzia.
Mickey, before I go anywhere, I want to get my hook.
Okay. So you retrieve your grappling hook and rope?
Yep.
Okay.
I can move the two big ones, but not the little one.
Oh, that's because I didn't give you access to the little one. Because I suck. Where is that? Oh, there it is. Okay. Should be good to go.
Thank you.
You're very welcome.
Which means that while everybody was stealthing, I was probably over there doing that.
Oops, I didn't mean to do that at advantage. So, one badger's a 20, another's a 9, and then mine's a 9.
Okay. I was just going to move you. Don't move.
ahead.
Don't. Yeah, because I got to move you to a different map. Let's see what he gets for his stealth. Yeah. And Thea, you heading down?
Yeah, now I am.
Okay. Oh, how did that happen?
I am the stealthiest Goliath in the world.
Yeah.
Yeah, you are. Okay. Who's doing what? Actually, it's 9:25. Does anyone need a bio break? Do we want 5 minutes?
Yeah.
Yes, please.
Okay.
So you know, I got an early morning meeting tomorrow, so.
Yeah, we'll stop right at 11.
Okay.
Okay. All right, 5 minutes.
Okay. Peanuts and raisin are a great combination.
Mm-hmm. Wish I had some raisins. All right. So on the deck, you're hearing occasional roaring coming from down below with a constant boom, 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 boom. And now that you're on the deck, you can almost feel the shuddering and vibration of it through the decking.
I'll indicate to the group that it kind of seems like it's underneath the deck around here.
Okay.
And this door that's behind me, is it open?
Uh,
Closed? Locked? Unlocked?
what an excellent question. I believe it is unlocked. So that makes it unlocked. Would you like to open it?
I would.
As you look down the hallway, Filbert, you make out 1, 2, 3, 4 additional doors off this very narrow, 5-foot wide ship's kind of corridor.
Okay.
You can tell the nautical nature, very clearly. You see 2 brass lanterns affixed to the wall securely. One of them is broken. The other not, but it is unlit.
All right.
What are the rest of you guys doing?
Yeah, I was just going to say that. What is the rest of the group doing?
I was gonna check out this door down here.
All right. That also is unlocked. And you go to open it. Oh, hang on. Come on, Roll20. Be nice to me here.
No.
It takes a little bit of your strength to push that open, but being a brooding kind of guy that you are, you're able to crack the kind of ice that's formed over the door and the sill and force it open. As you look inside, Tars, actually, as you walk inside, the aft castle is taken up by one spacious cabin. Frost, though, covers every surface and furnituring in the room. You see a human corpse slumped against the port side wall. Its left arm draped across part of a heavy chest that's tucked in an alcove under a staircase. Yep. The skeleton wears a jacket and a wide brimmed hat that hides most of its skull. Now, when I say a skeleton, it only is a skeleton in the sense that the cold has shrunken and leatherized the skin onto it. So it almost looks mummified because of the extreme cold. Under its right arm, you see a book that you surmise might be the captain's journal. All about, however, around him or her, it's hard to say for certain, you see empty wine bottles.
Pick up the journal.
Okay.
Flip through it a little bit. Just give a quick skim through the last page. Like last page or two, basically.
Roll for me a history check. So you make out the fact that it is the journal of one Captain Blue Moon. But you don't recall ever hearing anything about Captain Blue Moon before.
Okay. Within the last like entries or so, does it say anything about what attacked the ship or anything? Or if anything attacked the ship or any beasts or anything?
Flipping back to the very last entry, you see something that sticks out, specifically what you're looking for. And even through the cold, its words chill you as you read, "That damned white dragon is back, circling above me like a vulture. I reckon she could carry this ship back to Luskin, were she in a mind to die from starvation, bitter cold, or a dragon. Choices, choices."
Okay. I'll pocket the book, the journal in my bag.
Okay.
Search him over. Quick, see if there's anything of substance on him. I know. Searching him first.
You start patting down the captain, and you find inside one of his jacket pockets, you find a key. And looking over it, it looks like it's the head of the key was fashioned from a rat skull.
Cool. Pretty cool looking key. Is that pretty much all that's on him?
Pretty much, yeah. You do find he is holding one empty wine bottle. And as you kind of are rifling through him, you notice that it says Sweet Berry Summer Wine. And there's no cork in it, and it's empty.
Alright, well, I'll take a look at the chest. Does it seem to be locked?
It's hard to say. The chest is covered in a kind of a layer of ice and frost.
Just kind of like take my axe and kind of like just not hard hit it, just kind of try to break the frost a bit.
Is that David's static that's coming back again like that?
I think so.
Yeah. Mm, 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 mm. Yeah, it's going to take you a little while for you to be able to kind of scrape at it.
Okay.
You do it quickly and you realize, all right, this is kind of thick and it's going to take you a few minutes.
Well, if that's the case, I'll leave it for now.
Okay.
The key. And then I'll pop back out here and motion for everyone to come away from the hole. Or
Okay, so while he was in there,
Mm-hmm.
be like, Dilbert, what you got over here?
Hallway.
Mm, I want
I
to
don't
try.
know. The map is not letting me like scroll around.
What'd you do to it?
Oh, there we go. It's working now.
Ashala kind of has followed you behind you guys and was looking in, but just staying in, and she's looking over the lip of the into the hold. Both Brendan and Villain are also kind of trying to peer down into the hole to try to figure out what's going on with this banging and roaring down there. Both have their spell component bags out, and Brendan has actually taken out his book and looks like he's trying to be prepared to cast a spell should he need to be. All right, what are you doing, Lindsay?
I want to look in the room to the right.
There's two. There's a near one and there's a far one.
Oh.
The first one?
Yeah.
Okay.
What the?
Bye, Filbert.
Yeah.
Dude, why are you breaking
I
my...
am now totally off the map on a different layer.
Why are you breaking my maps? Don't break my maps.
I'm trying not to.
You shouldn't be able to do that. You mutant.
It's doing it again. It's doing it again.
What the hell, man?
I'm going to restart Roll20.
All right, well, I'm going to put you back in there. All right, Winzia, in the meantime, you see in this room, a frost-covered bed is shoved into one corner under a wooden staircase. However, the rest of the room appears to be empty.
Oh, I look under the bed.
Give me an investigation.
If I really would have done the Leroy Jenkins, it would have been
16.
You find a lone
essentially considered
sock, clearly stained and old and used, and now frozen kind of in a bundled up solid form. But you found the one lost sock.
The sock that everyone misses.
Mm-hmm.
I'll put it in my pouch.
I yell Leroy Jenkins and jump in the hole.
Who's
Yeah?
Leroy?
No.
You got 5 seconds to tell me you were kidding.
That was kidding.
Yeah.
I mean, you never know. Kaz is wild.
You never know. I'm just saying. That's why I gave you 5 seconds. Ashala, seeing you guys do this stuff and being a opportunist of the highest order, would go to open up that, and she would search in there.
I'll take that third room.
Give me just a second. Let me see if she
Sure.
if she finds something. Hang on, just. Why is it rolling at disadvantage? Normal. All right. All right. So you, Filbert, open up that door. That apparently you didn't need me to take the door away. I don't know how you're able to go through doors suddenly.
I'm a rogue.
Rogue powers.
As the door comes
I thought that was
open,
druid.
a light breeze actually emerges from this room. Pieces of parchment and paper flutter on the floor. A large, detailed map of the Sword Coast takes up most of one wall.
Yes.
Can't make this shit up. So, you see on this down here, Filbert,
Yep.
that Sword Coast is taking up that one, but you see other maps and papers that are kind of strewn about the floor and attached to the walls. The breeze is clearly coming through the open porthole
Oh.
on the side. Where on the other side that Orshala's in and searching that room, both portholes on that side have been frozen solid. But this one still has a little bit of an opening where the breeze is coming through.
Are the maps in a good enough condition that I can fold or roll them up? Or are they brittle with the cold?
Give me an investigation to search the room. Good enough. So, the majority of the maps appear to be sea charts, Filbert.
Mm-hmm.
Mostly frozen to the wall. They seem to be smaller and had been there for a while. And you're pretty sure you'd have to damage them to get them off. The map of the Sword Coast, though, is huge. And it is of a heavier vellum. You think that there's a chance that you might be able to get it off without damaging it. And being a dexterous little rogue, we're just going to say that you're absolutely able to do so. The map is 6 foot wide by 6 foot tall. Working your dagger at the points where it has been attached, you're able to kind of get this giant tapestry-sized map off the wall. You do also find, while you're searching around, rolled up in a map case on the floor, that there is a pretty detailed map of Icewind Dale, similar to the one that you've been working on.
Cool. Yeah, whatever I'm able to salvage, I'm gonna grab.
It's going to take you a good 5-6 minutes at least to get that map off the wall.
Well, as long as I don't hear anybody screaming, I'm gonna keep doing it.
Okay. As Ashala walks out into the hallway with you, Wenzira, you see her kind of putting some things into her pocket.
What'd you find?
Roll a persuasion and beat a 7. So she realizes that she's caught red-handed trying to pocket the stuff. And she looks at you and like shrugs and thinks it's you. So why not tell you? And she's like, well, I found these vials underneath the bed in there. And she kind of shows you, there's 3 vials filled with this kind of bluish, thick liquid that's got kind of swirls of silver in it. And then she shows you, what's clearly, even you can recognize it, Windsor, as a healer's kit. And then it looks like a kind of a vial, like a long vial with a kind of a heart shape down at the bottom of ice. She kind of shrugs and goes, it looks pretty.
Oh, it does. 'Does. I wonder if it's magic.
None of them glow. Oh shit!
No, I
To the
wouldn't have my thing up.
10 minutes.
Would it have taken?
No, you're still within 10 minutes.
Oh, okay.
Let me just see if this is a magic item. No. None of it glows.
Huh. I agree. The last one's very pretty. They don't glow, so I don't know what they are.
Okay. Hang on. Let me check one thing. Being that she's who she is, what race she is, she might know what this is. She holds up the vials with the kind of the silver in it to you, Ashala, or to Winzira, and she says, I'm pretty sure that these would be proof or very useful should someone have some kind of toxin administered to them. My people are well versed in all kinds of poisons and toxins. This seems to be a remedy.
Oh, so it makes you not sick.
You have the right of it. You're not wrong. Why is this not playing? There we go. It's terribly vexed. Thea, what are you doing?
Get her back. So she was taking a minute. I'm gonna go see what's taking Cass so long.
So, Kaz, as you're kind of didn't do a very thorough search of that room and just kind of was focused on that guy, you're coming out just as Thea's getting to you. And you don't see any other than the Brendan and Villain kind of scoping out down into the hold. You don't actually see any of the rest of the people on the deck that you're expecting to see. You do see the far door beyond is open. That's it.
I will stage whisper to them, "Get away from the hole." Get away from the hole.
To Brendan and Villain?
Yeah.
Okay. Roll a persuasion.
What about intimidation?
Not with a stage whisper. I mean, how fucking intimidating is a stage whisper? They just kind of.
Okay, but that's a mom trait. That's a mom trait. You've never had your mom angry whisper at you before?
No.
Kaz, are you a mother? Have you given birth to any children? No? Then it's persuasion. Villain looks back at you and gives you a thumbs up and then ignores you. Brendan actually makes a gesture. Roll for me just a straight intelligence check, Kaz. Do you speak Elvish?
No.
No.
Fine.
You're not exactly sure what it means, but based on his facial expressions, you know a similar one in Goliath that looks like that.
Get the fuck away from the hole. Now.
They both go shh. Meanwhile, the roaring continues and the banging continues.
I will look at Thea and be like, "There's a fucking dragon down there."
Guys, there's a dragon in the hole.
They look at you and are like, that doesn't sound like a dragon to me. And
You know that.
it would probably take up a bit more room.
There's fucking something. There was a white dragon. That's what the captain of this ship wrote about, circling this place.
Interesting.
Found his ledger and his log.
Well, that's all well and good, but we can't be leaving here without the professor's orb. We're going to have to find it. One way or the other.
Yes, I think he's just saying perhaps maybe get away from the hole. We'll continue to investigate. I'm sure we'll make our way down there eventually.
Sound plan. Very sound. After you, good Goliath.
Hey, Thea, I want you to come help me with this.
What?
And I'll walk back in. Like, can you produce heat of any kind?
Yes. Although I might set fire to things.
Talking about small, localized heat. Melt some.
Actually, I think I could be of some service here. And if you would step back just a little bit.
There.
And he actually, he casts create bonfire. But keeps it small and localized, just in front. And as he does that, you can start to see the ice starting to melt and run off of it, Kaz. It takes about 8 minutes or so for it to kind of completely melt away enough of the ice for you to get at the keyhole.
I would like to do my own search of the room.
All right, roll a investigation.
Okay. Ah. Wow. Thanks, Kaz.
Do with that?
Yes, you did. I blame you. Yeah, nothing interesting in this captain's room. That's weird.
No, you don't really find too much. You find several of the bottles on the floor. All of them say sweet berry summer wine. You don't find any corks. I will say this. You do find, you do notice something, that affixed to the captain's hat is a badge that forms a curious symbol, a red eel wrapped around a gold trident.
Can I roll a history to see if I know what that is?
You may indeed.
Alright. 17.
You do actually, looking at this, you recall one of the books that you had read in your studies as a younger girl that kind of captured your imagination. And you recognize that that specific symbol is of a faction out of Luskin called Ship Soljek, and that they are notoriously engaged in piracy.
I knew he was a pirate.
All right, so that's going on there. You guys are doing that search over there, and that's about the same amount of time, 8 minutes. In that time, I need to do this. Oops. Okay. The keyhole is open.
I'll pull out the rat's head key and see if it fits in.
It does. And with the kind of a forced turn, you hear the click. And you're able to kind of crack the ice that's still along the sides and force it open. You don't even need to roll strength check with your Goliath bulk and size. You're able to crack it open. Inside the chest, you see a wooden partition that divides it into two halves on the interior. One side is empty except for a dozen wine-stained corks. The other side contains two leather sacks, like leather pouches, one twice the size of, or 3 times the size of the other. It also holds a small gold bracelet, a large gray bracelet, and a bag made out of purple velvet with gold stitching and intricate symbols along it.
Oh, it's a Crown Royal bag.
I don't know if I should thank you for picking up on that or say fuck you, David, for spoiling that, but...
A large gray bracelet, you said?
No, both are gold.
Oh, large gold.
Yeah, it sounded like saying gray.
Sorry about that. One's small, one's large. Let me move this down closer to me now that I'm leaning back and being lazy.
Okay.
I'm actually using the book. Well, this is like if we were actually sitting around a table, how I would be doing this.
First, I'll look at the 2 leather pouches.
Yeah, just in the moving this along, the small leather pouch holds roughly, and by roughly I mean exactly, 150 gold pieces. The larger pouch holds 520 silver.
Okay. And what's in the purple bag? What's in the Crown Royal bag?
Well, as you open it up and you look in, you don't... Is it what?
I'm like, is it full of little oddly shaped stones with numbers on them?
It is not. As you look in, you don't see anything in there. It's very dark, and you can't actually see into the bag very well.
Like, can't see, like, even with, like, say his light right there, I can't, like, if I hold it up, I can't see anything in there.
You can't really see anything in there.
like any kind of a check to see if I might have heard of something like this? Because like it doesn't. I can't see the bottom of the bag. That's strange.
It does seem strange. I mean, do you want to reach into the bag?
Yeah.
You go to start to reach in, and
What's your mistake, bro?
you're reaching for the bottom. Yeah, and it turns into it's a mimic bag. No, it's not. You reach in and you expect to feel the bottom, and Thea, you watch him putting his hand into this bag, and all of a sudden it's down to his elbow, even though the bag doesn't appear to be that long, and you reach in far past where you think the bottom of the bag would be.
One of what?
It's a magic bag.
Magic. Well, obviously, I could stick my whole arm in it.
You could put in it.
Okay. Well,
Yeah, fun. I have one of those.
Sorry, guys, my Discord crashed again.
Welcome back.
I don't know why it keeps crashing. It's disturbing.
Disturbance in the forest.
well, I'm gonna. Who else is in there with me?
Brendan and Thea. And Brendan looks at you and he's like, oh, that is a bag of holding, clearly. See the arcane stitchings on the side. He goes over and he picks up and asks, he said, may I?
Sure.
He picks up a bunch of those wine bottles off the floor and drops them in one at a time. And then he turns it up overhand and shakes it. And nothing comes out. And he hands it back. And he hands it back to you. He goes, think about pulling out one of those wine bottles and reach into the bag.
I do that and pull out a wine bottle.
Yep, there you go. Just so.
Well, I'll pull out all of the wine bottles. Like, is there a way to get stuff out of it that you don't know might be in it?
If you churn the bag inside out, everything that was ever put in there will come tumbling out. Now be careful.
Well,
You don't know what was put in there.
I might wait to do that later, and I'll put the bracelets in the bag.
Okay.
And the pouches.
Okay.
Put all the stuff from the chest in the bag, except for the corks. And then I'll stick the bag in my pack.
Cool.
That'll come in handy.
As you guys are doing this, and as you guys on the other side are just kind of coming out of your rooms of searching, you guys you hear Verlaine go, and Shashala's looking out, and she kind of waves back to the rest of you two. And Brendan kind of like hears Verlaine, looks out. She holds up over her ears like this. And it occurs to you all that the roaring has stopped down below.
Oh, it's
Oh,
dead.
good.
Cool.
What's anybody doing?
I want to search this last room.
Yeah, we got one more room to go.
Okay. All right. Well, apparently the doors don't work. Roll 20 is like completely useless. That's hysterical, by the way. That foremost cabin, Manzira, holds 2 rime-covered barrels lying next to which is a rat that obviously perished from the cold. Mooring ropes and fishing nets hang from hooks along the back wall.
I put the rat in my bag. Snack bag.
It takes you a couple minutes worth of prying it out with out of the ice with a dagger, but you're able to do so. So there are ropes and nets hanging from the wall, and the 2 barrels that are sealed remain the rest of what's in the room.
Any markings on the barrels as to indicate whether they're rum?
No. It does not appear to be those. It doesn't take. They don't appear to be casks. They look more like storage barrels.
Gotcha.
They don't look like they were. Typically, barrels made to hold liquid, like water barrels, or any kind of rum or whatnot, grog, would have been slightly smaller than these. These are kind of very large barrels, typically used for storage on a ship.
Okay. Well, I guess if we have time later, we'll come back and look at these. Let's go see what everybody else is up to.
Okay.
You got your snack?
I did. And it's super quiet now. I wonder if the monster died by itself. That'd be great.
I don't think that's really how it works. And she pulls out. What is her weapon? She pulls out her quarterstaff.
Would they still been in there by the time we came out of that room, or coinciding with it?
I'm going to say that that's coinciding because they were doing that search while you were melting and searching the thing.
Okay.
So in that only happens in D&D games and in Hollywood movies, everybody kind of reemerges right around the same time out onto the main deck. Where Verlaine is trying to coax one of her kobolds to go down and reconnoiter. And they're not having any of it. So she's trying to to explain to a zombie kobold what she wants it to do, and it doesn't quite seem to be grasping the directions, and keeps banging into a wall, into the mast.
As they would emerge, I would try to get close enough to stage whisper to them that I.
Oh my God! Why does it keep crashing? I don't know why it keeps doing that.
But as they emerge, I would kind of like motion to them to come towards me as I'm trying to inch towards them. And then once close enough, I would kind of like stage whisper the fact that I found a journal and there was a white dragon circling this place at some point. So I'm afraid that's what we might be facing below. I wouldn't expect it to be that large of one inside this ship, but it's even a small dragon to be formidable foe.
I have a medicine too. Mine's green.
Well, it sounds like it went away. It's not making noise anymore.
Either that or it heard something. It's assessing its hearing.
Well, I guess the only way
Want me to go to
is-
check? I know how to check.
Yeah. Sounds great. Still haven't found the orb, and that's what we're here for, so...
Although I did find some pretty good stuff in that room.
Well, that's good.
I'll have you guys take a look at it when we're not possibly facing a dragon.
Okay, I'll be right back. I want to cast invisibility on myself. and go
Okay.
upstairs.
Are you gonna try to stealthily go down the stairs, or just kind of walk on down, being invisible?
No, I'm gonna try and sneak.
All right, so give me a stealth.
Yep.
Unbelievable. Yeah, unbelievable. I it was behind the screen accidentally, but my perception was an 8. I shit you not. I will screenshot it and send it to you. Okay. So, all right. So when Zira, as you go down, you see a large. You see the back of a large hairy creature banging into what appears to be a door on the wall. You can see like big rents, and he's making progress, bashing through. But this, you see this big hairy back of this strong creature just smashing into the wall, and he doesn't notice you, even though you smell of goblin. He's apparently in a rage. But you hear him roar as he gets frustrated and smashes into it. You know what? Only because of you being you, give me a intelligence check.
Okay.
It looks familiar, but you can't quite put your finger on where you've seen this before. Maybe it's because you're seeing it from behind and below, and yeah, it doesn't quite ring a bell. It looks familiar, but you're not exactly sure from where you've seen it.
Yep, it's on the tip of my tongue. Is this a door over here?
Yes. Now, the stairs go this way. So you've had to come down to at least to the bottom of the stairs. Hang on. To get low enough to see it. You know what I'm saying?
Oh, so they're going the opposite way.
Yeah, they go from here. Ugh, come on, man. They go this way. And apologies to everybody who's no idea what the hell I'm talking about. But they go, see what the arrow?
Yeah.
They go that way.
Okay, so then this is the bottom of the stairs.
Yeah, so you've had to come down quite a bit to even be able to see around the side. Probably not quite that much, but because of the way Roll20 works, it's hard for me to get you. You're pretty right there. That's where you would have to get to.
Okay.
So, as long as you're there, it's clearly the ship's hold that you are now in. It contains heaps of snow and 4 tied-down jolly boats covered with rime. In the forward corner, and by forward corner I mean over here, rests a large pile of treasure covered with ice. Roll for me a perception.
I wrote that.
Okay. Yeah, you didn't see that.
I didn't see that.
No. No, you just see this big pile of treasure buried in ice.
That's all I see. And the giant.
And then you do see the furry creature down here. Yes, because he's hanging away over there. I will say this, though. Even without the thing, you do notice over here what looks to be a corpse frozen in ice and snow, partially frozen. You can just make it out, right?
Yeah. At first it blends really well, and then you see the feet and the head.
That's right. This guy did that.
That's pretty cool. So I would like to send a message to Filbert. Be like, Filbert, there's a lot of gold down here and a fucking huge something. You can reply to this message.
Oh, Winzira. Though invisible, he can hear.
Yep,
And hears and sniffs and wheels around. And at that point, roll initiative. Everybody else upstairs might as well roll initiative as well.
Okay.
I'm gonna be screaming bloody murder in a second.
Do you need help?
All right, so we got Winzira. Hang on, I'm trying to figure out how the best to do this with all these. All right, that's all the 14 things I had to add to the initiative. Fuck you people for not being here. Damn it! How do I? Hang on. Filbert's yawning. He's bored. Okay. So the first round, you guys are just needed a thing. You guys in the order, so we have it. But right now, it's just Windzira and the creature. It wheels around, moves over, trying to smell you out. After hearing you, where did the thing go? I've got so many of these things, and they're like, you can't see them. All right, there it is. Let me pop this as a window. Bring it over here. Okay. Does a perception check. He's just going to swing blindly in your general direction. At disadvantage. Hang on. That's a disadvantage. 16.
Yep.
That hits?
I only have a 14.
Ugh, you need to work on that.
Nah, I'm good.
So, with a blind swing into your general area, you get hit with a slash across your body, Windzira. You take 14 slashing and 10 cold damage from the some kind of just radiating coal that comes off of the creature. I need you to make a concentration check on your invisibility. All right. You are somehow able, though, through the pain and the cold, to shrug it off. Probably reminds you of your childhood, being beaten up consistently by the other goblins.
Yep.
All right. And that brings it to you. I would say this, though, Windzira. You get a sense that it was just swinging blindly. Oh, wait, it gets another one. Hang on. There's 2 attacks. Sorry about that. Disadvantage. Fuck. It hits you again.
Mm-hmm.
For another 15 slashing and 7 more cold with its other.
Ooh, wait. 15 plus 7 is 22.
I'm sorry.
Right?
I'm sorry that you didn't see that, but I had it behind the screen accidentally. But his attack rolls on that last attack were 22 and a 30.
I'm still up, bitches.
Tough little goblin with 1 hit point.
Rebecca, did you remember your 10 temporary HP?
Oh yeah. Mm-hmm. Those are the first to go.
Oh, okay.
And my invisibility dropped.
Okay. So as it does that, it sees that you are as it sees your invisibility drop, it looks at you. And I need you to make a Constitution saving throw against magic.
Go, con save. I died.
No, you're not dead. Because what's your total HP?
No, I'm just knocked out.
Yeah, you're knocked out. Well, no, because it's 66 cold.
Yeah. My max is 37.
Okay, so 21 points. All right, so you're unconscious.
Yes.
Oof, that was brutal.
You're not into cold, Winzira?
No, I'm normal.
Hang on, I'm trying to get your thing to go unconscious. Okay. All right. Well, it's up to you. It's now your turn. So I need you to make a death save.
Okay.
Ugh. This is going splendidly.
It is.
All right. Okay. Yeah, I don't think it would see you drop down with your chilling gaze. It's used all of its attacks. You just move around out of sight of the stairs at this point, back towards the door. All right. So when Zira's off, that would bring around the beginning of the order. So Thea, that would bring you up. You saw her. I would think that you would heard a goblin scream, absolutely, as she got slashed, and then you heard a bellowing roar, and then a goblin scream. Yes.
Well,
Mother effort.
And then I would say that not only did you hear a goblin scream, you heard a goblin scream then get cut off.
oh. Where else did that drop?
I'm sorry, you were looking away from the mic completely, so I didn't hear what you said there.
Where does that drop down from the hole?
How far?
Yeah.
10 feet.
Alright. I'm gonna jump down.
Give a. All right, so you're gonna move. So 1, 2. So 1, 2, 3. So 15 feet, and then you're gonna drop down the hole.
Yep.
Roll a athletics check for me. See if you superhero land.
Yeah.
Yes, 15 was the DC. So Thea goes boom, 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 and does the full-on superhero land with the mace on the ground, the shield back up, bah, and pops down below. You look up, you see a bloodied Winzira sprawled out on the stairs going up, and you see this hulking monstrosity. Was it Control Z? Whoa, did I do that? I did do that. Sorry. Control Z means undo, apparently. Shift Z. Nope. Shift Z. You recognize this as a Yeti. However, Thea, you notice immediately this one is a shitload bigger than the last ones that you had seen before.
Must have been the one that ate that dude's mom.
You see a little bit of red hair kind of it's stuck between its teeth still, like it's been bothering it. Like with a toothache, making it angry.
All right. And when Zero looks super fucked up. So.
Like, you're pretty sure you can see Winzira's intestines.
Right. Yeah. I'm gonna cast Healing Word. Oops.
Okay. All right, Winzira, you take 6 points of healing damage. Healing.
Healing damage.
My healing hurts.
If she was,
I'm
you
not
know,
undead.
if she was undead, that's exactly what would have happened. No, so yeah, some of your wounds start to stitch up, and the blood that's oozing out of you stops oozing out of you. You're still woozy. You're laying on it, but you're not doing. You're not dying any longer. All right, you got a bonus action still.
Oh, that was the bonus action. She has an action still.
Oh, that's right. Healing word's a bonus action. Yeah. So you can cast a cantrip. You can make an attack.
Okay, I'm gonna try to scare him. Oh, not doing it. Oh.
All right, so you're gonna cast Toll the Dead.
Yeah, sorry. For some reason when I clicked on it, it just kept putting it in there.
Oh, yeah, that's what happened.
No, that's totally cool. That's awesome. That's a great idea. So he needs to make a wisdom save.
Yeah. He doesn't look too wise.
Crit fail. Why is this rolling on the? I thought it was this the public. Can you see that?
Yeah.
Yes.
Okay, it is showing up. All right, he fails.
One day.
And he takes a point of damage.
Did you roll 2d8?
Oh wait,
Yeah.
I gotta roll 2d8. I'm sorry. Hold on.
Yep.
That's my bad.
So just roll another D8.
Yeah.
So as this chiming bell kind of bellows, at first he kind of looks slightly sideways, and then shrugs, looks at you and lets out a tremendous, just in your face.
I just
All right, well, that brings up the Yeti again.
I got a question though.
Yes.
Because like before combat started, I did say I moved closer to tell them about it, but I
Okay.
never moved my token. Where
Yeah, go ahead and move them wherever you think that you should have been.
Yeah, I would say like probably like right around here, so I was within like.
Of course, yeah. Wherever you think that you would have done it. That's totally cool, dude. No worries.
I just forgot to move my token when I did.
Absolutely. All right. So the Yeti comes up to here. And he does his. He stares at you, and he catches your eye. Roll a con save for me.
really high fucking.
Winzira, by the way, you're still paralyzed, even though you're paralyzed for 1 minute.
Or I make the save, right?
Unless you make the save again, correct. Okay, so you make the. Is that Dave's static? It doesn't look like it though. He's not coming. Wow, Discord's being crazy tonight.
Yeah.
All right, so.
I succeed.
All right, so you shake off that that feeling of cold that starts to descend upon you through his eyes. You kind of just shake it all off. I'm sorry, the static, terribly distracting to try to remember what I'm trying to say here.
Yeah, I think it's just Discord.
It is, because I just force muted Dave, and it's not him. All right. It's just Discord. This is awful. All right. So, feeling that it doesn't affect, suddenly whatever you just did fixed it.
I muted you and then unmuted you.
Interesting.
Yeah.
It steps up and swings an attack at you. 15 misses. And with his other claw, swings out at you. 17, I believe, also misses. As you take that last one on your shield and you deflect it away, it looks at you funny and you roar at him again. Rah, fucker. Brendan will go 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Look down and see it below and do the pussy thing and throw something at him. What does he have to throw?
Firebolt.
Yeah, listen, I'm gonna do one thing here because he is a 20 intelligence mage. So let me do this. Let me just do a quick check on him real quick. He rolled a 21 on the fucking nature. All right. So, in seemingly a weird move to the rest of you, Brendan starts to cast a spell, which doesn't surprise anyone. But what he does cast is not Firebolt. Is create bonfire. And he casts it. He casts the spell. And hang on just a sec. Hang on, I gotta do a thing. Where are my tokens? Come on now. Lighting effects. We'll use this. So he cast a bonfire right next to this abominable Yeti, who has to make a dex save of 4, failing. So he takes 15 points of fire damage. However, oops. Okay. Blaine will also move up. Seeing the success, and because Brendan kind of probably told her. So that's what I'm going to go with on that. Come on, where's Valaine's character sheet? What does she have? God damn it, she doesn't have shit. Hang on, guys. There's a reason why I'm doing this. It's actually, I'm nerfing my own monster, but that's okay.
When Zero is okay with us. Even at disadvantage, you killed me.
I'm just trying to figure out what she gets as a plus for her spell attack.
What's her class?
She's a wizard. I think she gets plus. I think she gets a +7. Yeah, so she hits. So you guys see this black beam of energy kind of shooting out of her hands, and it hits the abominable yeti, and it kind of spins around him, and you can kind of almost see him kind of crunch down in on itself, and almost like his bulk almost kind of seems to wither a little bit. He almost looks like he ages as you watch. And that's her turn. All right, Filbert.
I will jump down the hole.
Damn, son. All right. Roll an athletics to see if you take any damage on the fall. DC 15.
Has it been 10 minutes since when Zira gave me my inspiration die?
Nah. Go ahead.
Good. 16.
So not to be outdone, although Filbert does not do the full Wonder Woman land or the Iron Man land, he kind of does more of a tuck roll and a pop up. But as he pops up, he's already got his bow up in position, because I'm assuming you're going to shoot the damn bow, right?
Yep.
So he does more of a Hawkeye tuck and roll.
Uh, 17.
That does hit.
And is somebody standing next to it?
Hang on, I'm gonna put you. I'm gonna say that you kind of saw where it was, and you wouldn't have landed right on top of him. God damn it!
Yeah, that would not be what I would have done.
No, so you kind of landed over there, and it's there, and I'm saying that's far enough for not to have disadvantage. But yeah, somebody is within 5, so you get sneak attack for sure.
Okay, so 28.
Okay.
That was 10 feet down.
Mm-hmm.
So 15 feet. Bonus action, disengage.
Okay.
And then 10 more feet behind Thea. And that's my turn.
Cool. All right, Winzira. You are paralyzed, yes?
Yes, so end of turn. Con save.
Correct.
Nope.
You are still paralyzed. But I can take this off of you. You are no longer dying. You are just paralyzed.
In my head, I'm cursing. A lot.
You're just prone. All right, Kaz.
I know.
All right. Well, I am gonna go big.
Can you in this?
Yep. And I'm gonna jump straight down the hole.
Okay. Your DC is only 10.
Okay.
Do you want to try to land on it? Jump on its head.
17. So
Yeah.
Yeah. Okay. So
That's pretty good. You
yeah,
can.
I'm just gonna
I mean, are you making your attack as you fall down and
come down. I'm gonna be coming down with my axe.
fuck yeah. Roll that shit up. Hell yeah. So, all right, I'm going to paint the scene a little bit better, if you don't mind. So,
Yeah.
as you go, you bound in normal 7 foot, huge, big enough kind of thing. You bound, and as you leap in the air, you invoke the ruin. And in moving through the air, you expand and you grow. And as you come down through the hole, you bring down your hands to your top of your axe, and quang, now almost on not quite the same size as this large thing, this hulking yeti, but you slam down your blade, biting deep, and do 10 points of slashing damage.
16 with my giant's might. Because the D6, the giant's might.
Absolutely.
And then I take a second swing. I don't know why it keeps doing 2. That's 12, and then I'll invoke my fire rune. 1 fire damage. But he does have to make a strength, I believe. Let me see.
Yeah, I'm pretty sure it's strength.
It's 2d6 fire. Sorry, so I need 1 more d6. So that's 4.
Okay.
And then
14.
no, it's 15 because it's 8 plus. It says DC 14, but that's not what mine is because it's Constitution.
20.
All right, so he doesn't get restrained, but he did get some fire.
Yes, he did.
And then that'll do it for my turn.
All right.
I'll go ahead. Screw it. I'll go ahead and action search and hit him 2 more times. Screw it. Does 13 hit?
It does not.
All right. 1 more.
11. 11 does not either.
That's it.
All right.
I'll just be like, "Rah!" Do his face.
He roars back.
He did roar back. The 2 goblins, I'll be all right. The 2 kobolds that aren't corpses, on Verlaine's orders, rush down and grab Winzira and drag her up out of the way and bring her back up to the upper deck.
Upper decker.
Stop.
No. Yeah, that sounded like an inside joke, and I'd like to keep it that way.
Oh, it's not inside joke.
No, it's disgusting.
It's a thing.
Sure.
I'm glad I don't know, and I don't want to know.
Don't.
I second that.
I have way too much shit going on right now.
Yes.
A Shala. What the fuck would a Shala do? Tempted to say the Shala would just duck into the fucking cabin.
She can hang out with me. It's fine.
Let me just look at her thing real quick. Hang on. Oh, yeah. So, Ashala uses her awakened mind ability and reaches out telepathically to this Yeti and says to it, certainly you see you're going to die here. You should run away while you can. We'll let you go. All right. And then she'll move 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. She has 6? Yeah, she's got 30 feet. Okay. That'll be her turn. All right, Saya. Now, it's 11 now.
I know.
And it's the top of the order. Do you want to stop here?
Yeah, that would be nice. I mean, I hate to do it to everybody, but
Yeah, I'm on that boat.
Well, we're also kind of in the middle of a. It's a good, it's at least it's at the top of the order. So.
Yep.
okay. Yeah, that would be great. Yeah, I got all the big wigs are down, and tomorrow's our monthly meeting, and they're all gonna fucking be there.
All right. Well, let me stop the recording. So we'll stop here for the week, and we'll pick up next week.